Hey guys, welcome to this video where we are going to talk about tags and lists inside your email marketing system. Now, you might not know what these are, but these are the essential components of your segmentation inside your email marketing system. And for a long time, the email marketing tools out there were only offering lists. And that worked when you only had one or two lead magnets and you didn't really do anything fancy with your email marketing. But as we started doing things like content upgrades, like the opt-in pop-ups, and having many different ways people could join our email list, we ended up with a lot of lists. I mean, at some point before Thrively's actually supported tags for ActiveCampaign, I had something like 20 lists and it was a bit of a mess. So we are actually going to play with two dimensions here, and I'm going to explain what these are. Now, you don't have to have ActiveCampaign for that. Most respectable email systems have that now. Aweber doesn't have it, and I think Aweber is crap, so if you have it, I recommend you change. MailChimp just got it and it's the same price. I would recommend you move there if you want the cheapest solution. Otherwise, ActiveCampaign is definitely my favorite, and you would get a bunch of importable automations through this blueprint if you have ActiveCampaign. So highly recommend it, but it works with most systems out there. But let's just start with the beginning, right? What is a list inside your email marketing system? Well, a list is basically a group of subscribers matching a given criteria. Now, that sounds very theoretical. That basically means it's a bucket of people. It's a bucket of people that, kind of match on one level, on one dimension. And the dimension that we recommend you use is actually the people that buy stuff. So the only way we segment people on our businesses is what they have bought. So we have one non-buyer list that we call segmentation, and we call it segmentation for a good reason. Basically, the role of this list is to dispatch people throughout offers and products to buy, whether they are affiliates or they are our own products. And then the other lists, in theory, are all products that we offer. So it could be an ebook, it could be a video course, it could be a consultation call, and so on. And you will see a little bit inside our account in a few videos where you will see that we have a few other lists, but really I think we have like 6 or 7 maximum. We don't do a lot of lists, despite the fact that we segment people a lot. And one thing that I wanted to say about lists as well is they are your top level of segmentation. So it's really like the one level you're gonna be segmenting people on, and then after that you're gonna be using these tags to sub-segment people. So what is a tag exactly? Well, a tag is basically an attribute that can be added to a contact for an action they take. So something like visiting a page on your website, like clicking a link, like opting in for an opt-in, like even like replying to one of your emails. You can basically add tags for a lot of things these days, and it's a lot more than just re-opt-in every time and so on. And you will see in some of the automations that we show you in this blueprint, a lot of this is automated and transparent to the user. And the beauty of tags is they can actually be used to trigger segmented automated sequences. And I'm going to show you an example a bit later in this video, but we use these, for example, to deliver lead magnets. So if people are opting in for lead magnet, they get added to our segmentation list. If I go to the slide before, segmentation is the non-buyer list because they only downloaded something free. So that's where they belong in terms of list. But in terms of tags, they belong to the special automation that delivers that special lead magnet. And sometimes, we add some interest tags as well. So you will see that, for example, when we offered an on-page SEO lead magnet, we actually tag people for SEO as well as an interest. And that allows us to then send emails to people that just like SEO. So you can see tags can be used for a lot of things. And they basically are used to, segment your main lists into sub-lists. So I have one segmentation list, but inside my segmentation list, I have a myriad of tags that people have added to their records that allow me to, email people in the segmentation list that only have the SEO tag, for example. And that's how I target people. And the beauty of tags is, well, you can add as many tags as you want to a contact. They could have 50 tags if you want, and your email system is a lot less messy than if you had 50 lists. And that's why I really like using tags, is because, well, it keeps everything clean, as I'm going to show you in the practice videos that come in a few lessons. But one thing that I really regret inside the email marketing automation tools is that there's no place to kind of like know, all the tags you're using and add notes to them, etc. ActiveCampaign has a tag screen, but it's pretty lackster. So what I highly recommend is that you use Workflowy like I do to maintain what I call the tag nomenclature. And this basically allows you to know all the tags that you are using in your automations. And that's just a short version of what we use. We have more tags actually. But it allows you to maintain that. And so when you create automations in the future, it's going to help you a lot in terms of knowing what does what and so on, because as you add more stuff inside your email marketing system, it is going to get messy if you don't document it. So I actually put a link to a workflow. I'm not going to open it here because it's more of a PowerPoint video because it's easier to show you guys stuff. But basically all you have to do is break it down into functionality tags, and functionality tags are basically the ones that trigger trigger automations that do things for your contacts. So for example, you can see I have the one for sequences. These sequences are usually pre-sale sequences. So people download a lead magnet, then they get a couple of emails that sell them stuff. Then I have the lead magnets without sequences. It's basically, I don't really have a product to sell yet in this category, but still I wrote a blog post about it and I have a lead magnet. So I might as well just make a sequence, and then it allows me to later plug it into a pre-sale sequence, and I have my general stuff. So you will see the onboarded tag, for example, that I'm going to talk about in this lesson actually, that allows me to know if someone has been through my welcome sequence or not. And that allows me to welcome subscribers properly, but not welcome them twice. So that's why I use this tag. When people have this tag, they don't get the welcome sequence again when they re-opt in. And then on top of the functionality tags, I have segment tags. And basically segment tags are a way for me to know what people are into, what people are interested in. So for example, on Authority Hacker, that would be different interests like SEO, social media, email marketing. And you can even have sub-levels if you want, like link building, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, and so on. And that allows you to later on, if you want, just grab your segmentation list and say, I only want to email people who like Pinterest. And then it allows me to make a promo email, for example, an affiliate offer for Tailwind app that says, hey, if you're looking to maximize your Pinterest results, highly suggest you check out Tailwind app. It allowed me to, speed things up and get 10 times more traffic from Pinterest, which is actually true. And I am not emailing that to people that don't do Pinterest. And that's a really, really, really good way for me to make promos without annoying the entire list. So that's the point of all these tags. Obviously, you're gonna start very simple, but as what I recommend is that you actually grab the template that you will find below on this lesson. You can open it in Workflow and edit it, and basically document your tags. It's very important because it's gonna get messy. Now here's what it looks like in real life. So I took Loz again because I love Loz. ContentChampion.com if you want to check it out. So you can see that Loz is in different lists and different tags. So you can see in terms of lists at the bottom left of the screen, you can see he is in my segmentation list, which is basically the list where everyone goes when they download a lead magnet. And you can see he is an active pro member because, well, he's a member of Authority Hacker Pro. So he's segmented based on his purchases. And as a result, I would be able to put you guys in front of offers that I would not necessarily put my free members on. Maybe I would offer, coaching calls. Maybe I would offer all these things that I would probably not offer to the general list. And then on top of that, you can see he has a bunch of tags, and he has a lot more tags than he has lists. As we said, it's basically the way we want to do things. So I can see he has been onboarded, so he will not receive the welcome sequence again. I can see he's an active pro member. I also wanted a tag. I doubled up here, but it allows me to do more segmentation. I see he has been through the beta launch of Authority Hacker Pro. That's probably where he signed up. I see he downloaded my lead magnet called Blog Monetization on my How to Make Money blogging. So I know he's interested in content marketing, for example. That's why he has this tag. And he has been visiting some content about SEO. So I know he's interested in both SEO and content marketing. And that allows me to put him in front of the right offers if I decide to do so, because I have been collecting this kind of information. So that's how it's going to look like for you once you deploy all these things that we are going to talk about in this blueprint. Now let's look at a real life example and how a contact actually acquires all these attributes and how we learn more about them and how basically we do real life segmentation, right? So a real life example is, well, here's a content upgrade I have on a blog post on Authority Hacker. That's our on-page SEO checklist. Now, as you can guess, people who download that are interested in SEO. And so I will be able to tag people who opt in on this blog post and know that I can send them SEO stuff. So people see that opt-in box on the blog post, and then when they click, basically they get an opt-in box, and when they opt in, I can choose inside Thrive Leads, which is what I recommend that you use to get your opt-ins. I can choose which list I want to put them on, and I can choose which tags I want to assign to them. So which list I want to put them on? Well, because it is a freebie, because they are not buying anything, I am putting them on my segmentation list. And then because I want to actually deliver this specific lead magnet, I created a lead magnet tag that's called on-page cheat sheet in that case. And so these contacts, when they opt in, they're going to be inside an email list, but they already are going to have a tag assigned to them. Now, what I did is inside ActiveCampaign or whatever email marketing system you use, is I created an automation that when this tag on-page cheat sheet, is added to a contact, well, it sends them an email with a link to the lead magnet so that they actually get their lead magnet, they get what they opted in for. It's a smooth experience for them. And then, well, they get an SEO tag assigned to them, which is an interest tag. So now I know that this person is interested in SEO. So if I want to, sell something related to link building, sell something related to, creating content, that kind of stuff, I can send it to these people. I don't necessarily have to annoy the people that only care about social media, for example, and I will be more targeted with my email list. Now, this is not all. I also have automations that target everyone that signs up to all of our lists. That's the case of our welcome sequence, for example, which I am going to give you in this blueprint as well. And what happens is when someone subscribes to any email list, including segmentation, well, it runs a question. It asks, does the contact have the tag onboarded? If they have the tag onboarded, it will actually end this automation and it will do absolutely nothing to that contact. But if you don't have that tag, it's going to, resubscribe them to segmentation. That's just a security for me in case, I messed up with my opt-in form, then actually it fixes it here. And then it adds the tag onboarded, so I know that next time people enter this automation, nothing will happen. And then it starts sending them the welcome email sequence that just introduces who we are and tells them more about what we do and so on, so that people actually know who they are interacting with. So these two things will happen when people actually opt in for that lead magnet, and depending on the fact of them being an existing subscriber or being a new subscriber, different things will happen. That's how you do this kind of automation. Now finally, when I want to send the next blog post, I'm just going to select my segmentation list. And I am going to be emailing anyone that downloaded any lead magnet, because anyone that downloaded leads magnet is added to my segmentation list. And that allows me to not sweat it out when I want to email my list. I know that these people are basically, my entire audience and mostly non-buyers, and I can email them my content and hopefully have them download more lead magnets that trigger more tags, that then trigger more sales sequences, and so on. So that's basically how you kind of juggle between lists and tags. Hopefully the real life example gave you a better vision of how to do things. Really, the simple thing to remember how to use them is to know that lists are your top level segmentation, that you only use lists for buyers and non-buyers. So it's just like you have one list for non-buyers and then you have one list for people that buy each product that you sell. And then tags are used for pretty much everything else. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's going to get a lot more practical in the next video. So keep watching and I'll see you in the next one.